Sometimes you just want to talk about things you like. And I like country music. It is so echoey in here. Is that better? See, you think someone who does like theoretical physics would understand like the physics of sound, and I don't have an excuse. So I stole this idea for a video. I mean, we could be kind and we could call it an homage, or maybe like a spiritual sequel to this video right here. And I know, fatal critical error, referencing a better video inside the video you're in. It's gonna make everyone just go watch this video. And like, you should, but come back though, that'd be great. I'll link it below, but the algorithm recently fed me this video again. I saw it when it first came out, loved it, and it kind of just, oh, I wanna watch that again. This is Todd in the Shadows, top 10 songs about mediocre romance. And this is the kind of thing I do. Like, I love all types of music, and when I find something I like, I just listen to it over and over. And the thing is, once I've heard a song like 100 times, I start overanalyzing the lyrics. I start inventing little backstories for the characters. It's just, I think it's fun to overthink things sometimes. And in Todd in the Shadows video, he's listing these songs that like sound like love songs, like melodically, structurally, they're trying to convince you that they're love songs. But when you listen to the lyrics like a little bit,
We thought about breaking up. Now we know it's much too late.
so I have stolen this idea. I mean, it's a tribute with deep respect for the source material, so it doesn't count as plagiarism because I'm referencing a thing. I think that that's how that works. I think it's fine. In his version, he did mediocre romance songs. I'm gonna do basically the same thing, except I want to do red flag romance songs, 90s country music edition. So this is gonna be a top 10 list, like a countdown from yikes, red flag, to like girl, get out of there, you gotta go. Okay, so here are the rules for my list. First, it has to be a 90s country song. I like all country music all the way back from like the 20s. And there are some country songs that I like that are current and modern. I just like have a deep nostalgia for the 1990s because that's when I was a child, and that's how nostalgia works. The second rule is that it has to be a good song, and I'm the arbiter of fun on this channel, so I just get to pick what I define as a good country song. Every song on this list is a good song that I still listen to, that was like a top 10 country song by a band or a person or an artist who I still really like and respect. This is a song I will still listen to. We're not saying anything bad about these songs. We're just having fun overanalyzing the lyrics. My final rule, rule number 3, I think is most important for a list like this, is that it has to be a sincere attempt at making a love song. Like the writers, the performers have to, at least in my mind, they have to have taken this seriously. Country music has a lot of joke songs, and it's just not fun to overanalyze, oh, like that sounds like a red flag situation in a song that is intended to sound like a red flag situation. Immediately, Did I Shave My Legs for This by Dina Carter pops into my mind.
A house on a hill with a pool. Well, this trailer stays wet, and we're swimming in debt. Now you want me to go back to school.
Like, this is obviously a joke song. She is narrating the song about her bad relationship. She knows she's in a bad relationship. So that's the joke, right? I think about on Todd in the Shadows list, he had Third Rate Romance by Sammy Kershaw, although I guess he said it was a cover of someone else, but I only know the Sammy Kershaw version.
She said, you don't look like my type, but I guess you do. Third rate romance, low rent rendezvous.
But it made sense for that list because it was a mediocre love song, but it doesn't make sense for my list because they are not sincerely trying to have a romance, right? In Third Rate Romance, it's just two people who want to have a one-night stand but feel kind of weird about it, so they're pretending to be in love a little bit. And that's fine, but that's not a red flag romance song. So I want to give you an example so you know what I mean. I'm going to talk about this song called If It's Meant to Be by BB Rexa and Florida Georgia Line. It's not a 90s country song. I wouldn't call it a good song. I don't like it, but it does follow rule number 3 really well in an informative way that will get you into this list. Okay.
If it's meant to be, it'll be, it'll be. Baby, just let it be.
So if it's meant to be, it presents itself as a love song about like a blossoming relationship where these two people are like taking it slow. They just want to see if it's going to work, but they both kind of hope like if it's meant to be, it'll be. And that's totally fine. But when you listen to the song, you get to the second verse, which
I don't mean to be so uptight, but my heart's been hurt a couple times by a couple guys that didn't treat me right. I ain't gonna lie, cause I'm tired of the fake love. Show me what you're made of, boy, make me believe.
she like bears her soul, right? Like, I've been hurt in past relationships before. I want you to know that because it affects my behavior in relationships. Please don't do this to me, right? And then the guy is like,
Whoa, hold up, girl, don't you know you're beautiful? And it's easy to see.
like, imagine you've been dating this guy for like 6 months and you're like having the like, oh, maybe we're taking next steps. And you say this whole spiel about these past few relationships and how like it's hurt you and damaged you and you don't want that to happen again. And he's like, yeah, but you're like really hot though. And this is exactly what I'm talking about, because this song is presented as a love song between this woman and like, for some reason, 2 dudes. They are presenting this as like, this is a love song. This is a relationship to aspire to. And when you listen to it, it's like, no. She's like, if it's meant to be, it'll be. And he's like, yeah, maybe. If it's meant to be, but it won't be. It probably won't be. Like, you're really hot for right now. Okay, great. So now you know the game. Number 10. Unanswered Prayers by Garth Brooks.
Just the other night at a hometown football game.
So the plot of this song is that this couple's been together years and years, and they go back to his hometown, they go to a football game, and they run into his like high school girlfriend.
And she was the one that I'd wanted for all time. And each night I'd spend praying that God would make her mine.
And he realizes, while he's introducing this woman to his current wife, that he spent the last 15 years of his life praying that he could have dated his high school girlfriend. And he realizes during the game that like, he's so lucky that God didn't grant his prayers to be with his high school girlfriend, because he's so lucky to be with his wife. You know, God's greatest gifts are his unanswered prayers. And I can understand how the writers of this song thought that this might be a good thing, a romantic thing to say. Like, the idea of someone reflecting on their high school self, about the relationships they wish to be in, and then like looking around at their like house with their kids and their wife and being like, man, I was an idiot. I love my wife. I'm so happy I ended up here, right? That's a nice thing. That's a romantic thing to say. Just imagine you're Garth Brooks' wife in this song for a second, okay? You are spending the 8th Thanksgiving in a row. Like, you're one of 2 vacations every single year in the middle of nowhere, Oklahoma. Garth Brooks is from Oklahoma. Okay, and it's fine because you love your husband, you love your in-laws. It's just like, it's so boring. You're just there for like 5 days every year. And so when he says, hey, do you want to like go to a high school football game? You're like, oh my God, yes, anything, please, Jesus. And you get in the car and you drive like 47 minutes to the local high school, because middle of nowhere, Oklahoma. And he's doing the thing where he's like, oh, that used to be a Dairy Queen. You see that field over there? We all watched my buddy Travis get a blowjob there once, right? And then you get to this game, you meet his high school English teacher, you meet his high school ex-girlfriend, and it's like, oh, I'm putting a name to the face now. Face to the name now, okay. And then you're like watching the football, you go to the concessions and you buy some sour Skittles from a 13-year-old, and you get in the car and you go home and you're like, that was fine. It's fun to do something. And you look over and you see your husband just like smirking to himself, and you're like, what? What are you thinking about? And he just looks at you and he goes, remember that woman I introduced you to? I have been praying for 15 years to get back with her. And it wasn't until like I saw her, I saw what she looks like now, and then I could see you, that I was like, man, I'm much happier to be with you. And I do get it. I get how someone could think that that was gonna be romantic, and then the way it came out just like was awkward and weird, and it turns into like an awkward conversation. But Garth Brooks, this is how he phrases it. Man, unanswered prayers was a big part of my heart that went out on that record. A true life thing that happened to Sandy and myself. October of '89, I saw my old high school flame, and I can say this now, at the time I couldn't. For the first 2 years of my married life, I really thought the girl that was for me was still that girl that was in high school. And now, man, just the realization that what you have is the best for you, and the best you could ever do in your lifetime, it sure makes you sleep well at night. He said this publicly. Garth Brooks is very famous. Can you imagine if your husband said this publicly? Like, you know, when we first got married, didn't think much about you at all. Another quote from Garth is this. This actually happened to my wife and me when we went back to Oklahoma. Every time I sing the song, it teaches me the same lesson. Happiness isn't getting what you want. It's wanting what you got. He says, happiness isn't getting what you want. It's wanting what you got. And I gotta say, just some marriage advice, you should want your wife. Or at least pretend to when you're writing songs about your romance to her. Okay? See, this is a red flag romance song because the marriage in the song, as it's presented, is obviously going to end in divorce. He is just not into her, you can tell. And we also know because of how that story played out in real life.
Some of God's greatest gifts are unanswered prayer.
Number 9, She Don't Know She's Beautiful by Sammy Kershaw.
She's beautiful, never cross the She don't know she's beautiful. No, she's not that she don't.
Can you believe this is Sammy Kershaw's only #1 song? That's crazy. Things were fierce in 1990s country music. Like, there's just so much good stuff. My favorite Sammy Kershaw song is Vidalia, about a woman who's like the onion. So this is a simple song. His partner is beautiful. He tells her all the time she's beautiful, but she doesn't know she's beautiful. And man, he likes that. And I know right away in the year 2025, you would compare She Don't Know She's Beautiful to the One Direction song, You Don't Know You're Beautiful, which is just the same song, right? And the One Direction song is fine. Sammy Kershaw is more of my jam. I don't really understand why this is a common thing to say. Like, if you're gonna tell her she's beautiful, great, but why does it have to add that you don't know you're beautiful? Why can't she know that she's beautiful? Why is it better that she doesn't know she's beautiful? Like, wouldn't you rather have someone who is confident in themselves? Like, being confident is not the same as being conceited. Why do these men prefer women with low self-esteem? Number 8, In a Week or Two by Diamond Reed.
You can do tomorrow. Sometimes you don't do a thing.
This one is pretty low on the list because while it is a red flag romance song, textually we know that this woman has escaped this bad romance. So this song is a lament. This guy got dumped and he's like, it's not fair because I was gonna do all these super cool, super romantic, big gestures, you know. In a week or two, I was gonna do that.
In a week or two, I was gonna bring you diamonds. In a week or two, a long, long string of pearls.
We would have run down to the river at night, sail away just me and you. I'm like singing the part of the songs I want to put into this video, and I can't tell if that is going to get a copyright strike. Like, is singing a song enough to get a copyright strike, or is putting the song in, because this is fair use because I'm like discussing the songs, but like maybe that's the Patreon cut, just me like sadly, pathetically warbling, ruining these beautiful songs. I don't think this one needs much explaining though. Like, we all know these people. Like, you're turning 30 or something and you look at your boyfriend of 7 years and you're like, I want to do something big. I want to plan a trip to Kings Island and I want to invite our friends, and like maybe we'll buy the passes, we'll cover it, and like I just want to hang out for like 6 hours and just have fun. And the dude is like, no, I'm planning something. Let's not do that. I'm gonna do something big. Your birthday comes and he didn't do anything. Like, nothing. And also you didn't get to do your plan because you thought he was doing something, so you didn't invite your friends and stuff, so like you get nothing, right? And when you're like justifiably upset by this, he tries to turn it around to be like, well, that's not fair. Cause like I was gonna do something and then like I was trying to plan something and then like I planned this big thing and like it didn't work out. Like, you're really upsetting me. You're hurting my feelings by being mad and saying I ruined your birthday because I thought that maybe I might do something in a week or two, you know? And like, yikes. But also this song reminds me of 2 Dozen Roses by Shenandoah, but that song came out in 1989.
I brought flowers to your door last night. I've done you wrong and I wanna make it right.
Where the narrator is contemplating like, I tried to win my girl back. I only had 1 bottle of wine and 1 dozen roses, but you know.
If I had 2 dozen roses and no bottle of wine.
But at least Shenandoah did something, Diamond Rio. They showed up with 1 bottle of wine. You're just saying that maybe you thought, like maybe in the future you might have thought of doing something, and that should count. Like it should count that maybe you would have done something in 2 weeks. What's really interesting is that I think Diamond Rio realized this because in the video, he's like, you know, he's not doing all the things and like he feels really guilty all the time. And then his buddy rushes in and like, oh, it was all a dream. He wakes him up and he's like, it's your wedding.
It's time to be going. Now let's go. Oh, come on. Man, you worried me to death.
Turns out he really does want to run away to the river at night and sail away, just me and you. So, but I don't think the video fixes the song.
These words in my heart never had a chance to be heard.
You were in a relationship for years. Why did you wait till it was over to say anything?
But I'm telling you now, for all that it's worth.
It's worth nothing, actually. It's too late. Saying in a week or 2 is 0. It's worth 0. Nothing. Number 7, I'll Try by Alan Jackson.
And I'll try my best to be true.
Alan Jackson has such a pretty voice, and he is such a good songwriter, and I think he's really good at story songs like Midnight in Montgomery, Living on Love, Neon Rainbow. And he's also really good at the type of song that's like, oh man, we broke up and now I'm sad. I'm thinking Dallas, Don't Rock the Jukebox, Wanted. Ooh, Who Says You Can't Have It All? I feel like not a lot of people know about that one. That one's really good. However, I don't think he's the best at writing love songs, and I don't think he thinks he's the best at writing love songs either. Let me read to you what he says about the writing of I'll Try. Everybody kept telling me you need to come out with a positive love song. I've had a lot of sad ballads, but I have a hard time writing those because there's a tendency to get real sappy with them, so they're not real. That's the way most of them come off to me. I wanted to write one that was realistic, what I called a realistic approach to a positive love song. And it's just like, I'll Try is a positive love song. It's a realistic positive love song. I'll Try. I mean, I don't know if I've played any clips from the song because it's all right in the title. It's just literally, I'll try.
Oh, darling, I'll try.
When I think realistic love songs, I think about normal songs, about normal everyday people that aren't these huge, broad, sappy, like things like How Your Love Makes Me Feel by Diamond Rio, John Deere Green by Joe Diffie, Bigger Than the Beatles by Joe Diffie. Like those are songs that are about just like normal people having a love, you know? I'll Try. I listen to this song and it's pretending to be a love song. But when you listen to the words, it's just like, that's it. All he has to say is I'll try. It doesn't even sound like a love song. But I'm in the minority because here's what Billboard, the review, has to say. Let me read it to you. How refreshing, an honest love song. Instead of promising the moon and stars, Jackson has penned a song that simply says, I'm
not perfect, just another man. But I will give you all that I am, and I'll try.
What more could women want? Honesty is the best policy, and this realistic look at love is destined to be a hit with country music lovers everywhere. what more could a woman want? What more could she want? She can surely want more than "I'll try." The text of the song is two people like in that stage of relationship where they're talking about marriage, right? Like before the proposal, this like, well, what do you want our future to be like? Like you're just checking to make sure everyone's on the same page, right? And he says, "I'll try to love only you." You'll try. The words are, I do, I will, I promise, I'll try. That's all he says. You know those people who got married when they were 18 because they wanted to have sex and they were religious, and then like they're 21 and they're two totally different people and they're still married because they won't get divorced because they're religious, and you just hear them like giving maid of honor speeches where they're just like, marriage is the hardest thing I'll ever do. I look at Tyler and I feel like really I spend my entire summer waiting for turkey season so I can just get some time alone. I really thought like my fairy tale story was gonna be a lot more Ella and a little less Cinder, but like I wouldn't change it for the world, baby. I love you, Tyler. Like that. Girl, leave. What? Marriage isn't supposed to be hard. Marriage is the hardest thing you'll ever do is an insane thing to say. Like, if you're better off alone, you should be alone. Oh my God, this isn't romantic. This is sadistic, okay? But also my imaginary, like, you know, high school sweethearts who don't really like each other because they got married when they were children is like really actually what happened, because Alan Jackson married his high school sweetheart. And this song was written in 1995, you know, I'll try. And in 1997, they separated and his wife published a book about how he had been cheating on her for years. So Alan Jackson really meant it when he said he would try. He failed, but he tried. And it seems like he's trying again, and I feel like such an asshole because they seem like they're really in love. So, number 6, He Stopped Loving Her Today by George Jones.
And it kept running through my mind. Well, this time, he's over her for good.
Imagine if I just sat here critiquing the literal greatest country song of all time, just like, George, I have some notes. No, absolutely not. This song just reminds me of the song that's actually on the list. But let's talk about He Stopped Loving Her Today, just for a moment. He stopped loving her today because he died today.
They placed a wreath upon his door. Soon they'll carry him away. He stopped loving her today.
He spent the back 40 years of his life just reminiscing, stuck in this old relationship, you know, pictures by his bed, letters on the wall, like tear-stained, underlined words, like he did nothing else but miss this woman, right? And now he's dead. And something I actually really like about this song is that we feel sad for he, but in the song, no one is like blaming the woman, like it's her fault, you know, because it's not, right? They were in a relationship, they broke up, she moved on, he didn't. That's sad, but it's not her fault. She shows up at the funeral and everyone's like, this is really sad. And it is sad. It's a sad song, but I have a fun fact. Oh, hang on, one second. So, fun fact. This will blow your mind if you don't know this fact. He Stopped Loving Her Today, greatest country song of all time. Maybe the greatest song, but like, how would you even make that list? Was written by one Bobby Braddock. I just read this book. It's really good. That'll stay, right? Bobby Braddock also wrote I Want to Talk About Me by Toby Keith, one of the worst, if not the worst, country song of all time. This man was responsible for the highest of highs and the absolute lowest of lows of country music. I have talked about that Toby Keith song in this video, about how it's an inflection point of country music going from mostly good to mostly like silly shit. And it doesn't mean I don't like country anymore. Of course, there is some good stuff in modern country, and you have pop artists like Beyonce and Chappell Roan doing country songs that are really good, better than a lot of the country music artists are doing. But this is not unexpected. Country music like goes up and down. It goes pop, it goes rock, it goes outlaw, it goes Bakersfield sound, you know, and there's good stuff in all of it. It's totally fine. I just find this fact really funny about one Mr. Bobby Braddock. I do want to recommend this book though, if you're interested in country music at all, because he has this huge career spanning decades. Like he talks about Toby Keith, he talks about George Jones, he talks about this time he met Jerry Lee Lewis and he was a huge asshole, and I'm a gossip, so I just love to read that kind of thing. I've lost the plot here. I was talking about He Stopped Loving Her Today because the song on our list right now, the 90s country song, reminds me of that song. Number 6 is A Night to Remember by Joe Diffie.
Been one tough week, I'm dead on my feet, but I've made plans for tonight.
A Night to Remember sounds like the guy, the titular he from He Stopped Loving Her Today, but he's still alive and he's singing his own song.
Gonna have myself a night to remember. Dim the lights, lock the door, spread your pictures on.
So the George Jones version of this song is sad. We feel bad for him. But when we listen to the version by the guy who's just like still alive and still doing this, it's kind of just like, dude, go to therapy. This isn't a romantic thing for you to do. Like, she's over it. You need to be over it. Go join a charity, adopt a dog. Like, buddy. It's also kind of a red flag romance song because imagine someone doing this. You walk in on this.
Joey? Joey? Oh, it's you. You scared me.
Good. Fear is our most primal emotion.
But I mean, you can't walk in on it because that's step 2, right? Dim the lights, lock the door. No one's gonna see him do this. So like, I guess there's nothing wrong with it, but it's kind of sad. I also want to pause and appreciate just Joe Diffie. I love Joe Diffie. He is criminally underrated and he had this amazing voice. Joe Diffie is one of those people who like got COVID in March 2020 and then like 2 days later, it was like he was dead. It's devastating. He was so good. And if you haven't heard his songs, just like the greatest hits album, you can't go wrong. They're all bangers. He has such an interesting voice. He's like the king of the key change.
Y'all dumb motherfuckers want a key change.
Okay, so that was number 6. Everything moving forward is increasingly creepy. Like those were just kind of weird, like awkward conversations, like signs that the relationship might not be good. Moving forward, straight up creepy. So, number 5, I Can Love You Better by the Chicks.
She's got you wrapped up in her satin and lace, tied around her little finger.
So, you thought I was a sexist asshole. I was only saying men can be creepy, but here we are, one of the creepiest ones by a group of women. Got 'em. Just saying. So, the basic idea of this song is like the narrator is like, I'm your friend, but I want you to break up with your girlfriend. I want you to date me. I can love you better. So it's supposed to be like the friend zone thing, right? She's pretending to be his friend and waiting for him to get dumped or to break up so he can jump in and be like, I put all my coins in the friendship slot and I'm ready. It's my turn to be your girlfriend. And it's so creepy. Like imagine someone pretending to be your friend for years and then the second you're no longer in a relationship, they're like, cool, so I get to have sex with you now, right? I can love you better. So creepy. I hate it. What's weird though is that this is a standard country song for women to sing. The 80s version of this song is The Judds, Why Not Me, also a great song.
Been looking for love all around the world. Baby, don't you know this country girl's still free? Why not me?
basically like, you're going around the world, you're traveling, and I'm just a country girl that stays at home, and I don't understand why you're not interested in me, even though like in the text of the song, you're traveling the world and doing things and I'm at home. So like, that's the reason. You say the reason in the song, Juds. And then the 2010s version is the Taylor Swift song, I'm in the bleachers, whatever that is. I do think that that one's less creepy. Like, it's the same song, but she was like 15 years old, right? I find it less creepy for a 15-year-old to be like, I've been in love with you for 3 years. That's a huge fraction of my life. We should date. Because like, that's just an awkward thing you grow out of. But the Judds, the chicks, those are adult women. Stop being weird. What I find interesting is that this song, I Can Love You Better, is from the Chicks album Wide Open Spaces, and they literally have the same song, which was also a hit song on the same album. It's called There's Your Trouble, and the guy's like, not lucky in love, and she's like, there's your trouble, you know? You keep dating women who aren't me, I can love you better. It's creepy, but like, they do sound great, don't they? Number 4, Before You Kill Us All by Randy Travis.
Coming and it's all my fault, but baby come back before you kill us all.
And the lighting, I'm losing it. It's gonna be fine. My lights are gone. It's fine. Okay, I know what you're saying. Rule number 3 was no joke songs. This is a joke song. No, it's not. In the song, the person, the character is making a joke, but the song, this woman has finally escaped this abusive relationship, right? And the narrator of the song is calling her to be like, I'm so inept and stupid. If you don't come back, I will kill our pets. Not funny. I understand the romantic sentiment of like, if you leave me, I will be lost. I won't know what to do. But this is like an abuser's tactic. If you don't come back, the dog will die and it will be your fault. Please come back. I don't think anything else needs to be said about this song. But, you know, remember music videos? That used to be like a whole thing. Man, music videos were good. All right.
We just sit around and wonder who's gonna be next. And I know I had it coming and it's all my fault, but baby come back before you kill us all.
Number 3, Straight Tequila Night by John Anderson.
If you really want to know, she comes here a lot. She just loves to hear the music and dance.
So, the narrator of this song is the bartender, and a guy comes up and he's like, hey, I want to hit on this girl. You know anything about her? Presumably, this guy is just like, do you know if she's married? Do you know if she's single? Do you know if she's not gay? You know? And then the bartender proceeds to absolutely unload a massive amount of information in an attempt to get this guy laid. It's so creepy.
Tonight she's only sipping white wine. She's friendly and fun-loving most of the time. But don't ask her on a straight tequila night.
You're a regular at this bar and you don't even drink this much. Like, you guys go every Thursday to do karaoke, have a glass of wine, right? And the whole time the bartender is like taking notes and telling any man who happens to come up and ask you about, like, if you really want to know, I don't like it. I think the most charitable reading of this song would be had by men who have never been a woman in a bar, and they would be like, well, maybe the bartender's just a good guy, and he knows this is a good guy, and he's just trying to help her, because like, obviously she's lonely, she's going to bars all the time, and like, no, it's bad. It's really bad. In reality, he's straight up giving this guy tips on how to get laid. Like, go watch what she's drinking. If she's having wine, you're good to go. If she's having tequila, she's ready to fight. I know.
She'll start thinking about him, and she's ready to fight. Blames her broken heart on every man inside. On a straight tequila night.
I was so sure that a man wrote this song because, like, in the song, he's like, here's a glass of Chablis. so that he can go give it to this woman, right? No woman is taking a drink from a random stranger at a bar. If you want to get a woman a drink, you have the bartender or the waiter send it over. You don't bring it over like, hey, I definitely didn't put anything in this. I'm a stranger. Like a woman did co-write the song. Wild. I don't get it. I mean, I was not drinking wine in the 90s, so maybe I don't understand. I do want to be clear. I don't think it's a problem that the guy wants to hit on a woman at a bar. Normal place to do that, right? I don't even think it's weird to be like, hey, bartender, do you know this woman? Is she like single? Like, that's fine. You know, you go up. If she wants to talk to you, you get her number, great. Or she's like, oh, no, thank you. And you walk away and you leave her alone. Totally normal, fine thing to do at a bar. I get it. What is not normal or fine is when the bartender is like, so she'll go home with a guy if she's drinking this and if she's wearing this and if she's not with her friends, but if she's drinking, it's creepy. It's weird. I don't like it. The man should be like, crazy. And then go tell the manager that there's a creep at the bar working for him. How is this a romantic song? I mean, it's a really good song though. It's just that this woman has no agency in her hookup. It's like orchestrated by this bartender that we don't even know if they know each other. I don't like it. It's so bad. Number 2, Is That a Tear? Tracy Lawrence.
Last thing I expected was to get her call tonight.
First, I need to say that I love Tracy Lawrence. He had this stream of hits and he's still performing. He's still doing songs. So good, but he has a really amazing voice. Like his instrument, this is really embarrassing because like I know that there are music words for this, but like I don't know the music words. I'm just gonna try to explain what I mean. I'm not accusing him of auto-tune. Not that there's anything wrong with auto-tune, but like when Tracy Lawrence sings, I don't know, like you know when people are singing, they're like hitting a note here and then they're gonna move up to here, so they like smoothly transition. Tracy Lawrence, like with perfect pitch, just hits multiple notes. It's wild. He's really good at singing as a professional singer. I never saw you dance with your feet off the ground. Like, he hits all the notes in a good way. I should just play it.
And I never saw you dance with your feet off the ground. Oh, but I see it now.
You see what I mean? He's so good. I mean, honestly, again, just grab his greatest hits album. There's not all good songs, all of them. What's my favorite Tracy Lawrence song? It's hard to pick. I'm gonna say she's got leaving on her mind. It's too, as any fool can see. That's what it's called. Okay, that's my favorite one. All right. Oh my God, I also want to tell you, Tracy Lawrence, on the note of music videos, he had this whole cinematic universe of music videos where like he was doing his different songs as like classic movie trope characters. They're really fun to watch. Just like find the playlist to watch them all.
You're blowing me away again.
Follow that car.
What happened to music videos? They used to be so good. Man, I love Tracy Lawrence. If I was making a list of like top male vocalists, Tracy Lawrence would be on the top 5. And George Jones. And Ronnie Milsap would obviously be number 1. We should talk about the song. Let's talk about the song. Is That a Tear? Okay. the narrator of Is That a Tear comes home from work and there's a message on his machine. You see, kids, back in the day, people didn't have cell phones, they had a landline. And if someone called while you weren't home, they had the option of leaving a message on the machine. You would come home, there would be like a blinking light, and you would click and it would play the message. Okay, all right, so you're on board. Here's what the message says.
Said she's sorry that she missed me, and she's been doing fine.
And at first he's like pissed. Okay, he's pissed because he's like, the last time I talked to her, she was like, I found Mr. Right and now you're calling me. But then he listens to it 100 times and he's like,
I brought it back and heard her say those words 100 times.
Is that a tear I hear? Like, is she regretting her decision? And then he decides like he's never gonna know if he doesn't call her back. That's the song. And I know what you're saying. That doesn't sound like a red flag romance at all. That sounds like these two people used to date. The woman dumped him. She's regretting her decision. And now the narrator is like, well, maybe the door is open. Maybe I should think about this. Except, here's the thing. I was alive in the 1990s and I remember answering machine etiquette. Let me tell you. If you're calling someone you haven't spoken to in a while or you have a more formal relationship, you will call and you will answer, you'll hear the tone, the message to leave a message, you'll immediately hang up because you can't just leave a message, you have to plan it. Like you get your little post-it, you write down what you're gonna say, okay? Then you're ready, you have your post-it, you call back and you leave something like this. Hi, it's name, I'm looking for a person, about, and then you give some kind of non-embarrassing, non-specific, like small details so they know what you're talking about, but like the whole family can hear this message. So you have to keep that in mind. Give me a call back when you have a time. Here's my number, thanks. Okay. For example, if my name is Angela and I am calling Tyler about the book club snack plan, I would call him, hear that he's not home, leave a message that goes something like this. Hi, this is Angela. I'm trying to get in touch with Tyler about the book club snacks. I was thinking Dunkin' Coffee and Donuts since we're meeting at 9. Let me know if that's okay. My number is 55555555575. Thanks. Imagine if Tyler wants to call Angela back. He's returning the call. The return call has different etiquette. He would leave a message like this. Oh, sorry I missed you. This is Tyler. Donuts will be great. Just so you know, we're only expecting 6 people this week. See you Sunday. So now you get it. Okay. The initial voicemail etiquette is different from the return voicemail etiquette. They sound different. You could tell which is which by listening to them, okay? In the song, we hear the message and it sounds like this.
Said she's sorry that she missed me, and she's been doing fine.
Your Honor, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, this is not an initiation message. This is a return message. This is not a woman who hasn't spoken to this man in years and is suddenly compelled to call him because she regrets breaking up with him. This woman is returning a call. I'm sorry I missed you. I'm doing fine is not something you leave on a voicemail to someone you haven't spoken to in years. She says, sorry I missed you. She's returning a call. She's sorry he missed his first call. She's returning the call. The audience, we're not privy to what her message was. We're not privy to what she's responding to. All we know is she's sorry she missed the call.
Said she's sorry that she missed me.
And then she says, I'm doing fine.
And she's been doing fine.
And I rest my case. If you weren't on board before, now you are. Because no one calls someone they haven't spoken to in 5 years and says, sorry, I missed you, I'm fine. What? No. This woman is returning a call. If she was calling the narrator of Is That a Tear for the first time in years to be like, I think I made a mistake, she would say something like, oh, I guess you're not home. This is Angela from college. I'm trying to reach Tyler. I hope this is still your number. Call me back. 555555555. You might not be on my side yet, but just imagine you are. Pretend you are. He comes home from work. He sees the little light blinking. He never expected to receive this call. Okay. She's finally called him back because he's always calling her. He is calling her all the time. And he plays the message. But wait, excuse me. He doesn't play the entire message. We only hear a snippet. I'm sorry I missed you. I'm doing fine. Is not the whole message. That's the part of the message we hear. He cuts it off. He's always playing just that bit and then talking about like, is that a tear? Did I hear something? Let's rewind it back and listen to that part again.
But the second time I heard it, I heard more than just her
what happens after, Tracy Lawrence? What happens after I'm doing fine? I just imagine this man, he's got like, okay, so you had the big tape recorder with the big tapes, but you could also get the one with the mini tapes, and then you could take the mini tape out and you could put it in like a little handheld voice player. You could take it around, you could show people. I imagine this man going to the bar and they're like, dude, are you still talking about her? Like, she dumped you, she's married, she has children, leave her alone, man. You sound like the guy from He Stopped Loving Her Today. Just let it drop. And he's like, no, listen. And he's like playing it back. In the song, it says he listened to it 100 times. 100 times. He's like just reaching for details to be like, is that a tear? Should I call her back? She's into me, right? No, listen to her words. Our narrator is grasping at straws, but he's also stopping the message. And I think if we could listen to the rest of the message, it would be like, I'm sorry I missed you. I'm doing fine. You have to stop calling me. You're scaring my children. Tyler said if you call here again, he's gonna call the police. I just thought I should warn you. Please stop. But he's stopping it at, I'm doing fine. And he's like, are you doing fine?
Am I just wishful thinking? Or did her voice really crack? I'll never know if I don't call her back.
Just listen to women when they say what they want. Leave her alone. Stop calling her, man. Why are you listening to it 100 times to hear maybe she might be? Is there something underneath? She's telling me to stop, but is there something under there? Is that a tear? Is that a tear I hear in her voice? No. No, it's not. Oh, am I gonna have to turn on my light? Okay. The moving truck is getting here in like 7 hours, and this is what I've decided to do. So you might not agree on my interpretation of is that a tear? Maybe I'm reading too much into it. Maybe she is just calling him out of the blue and being like, sorry I missed you, I'm fine. And then saying nothing else, and he's like, oh my God, what a deep message, how impactful. But you do agree that if it were true that this man was dumped years ago and he's obsessed with her and he's still calling her, and when she calls back, he's like creepily grasping at straws about the things that she's not saying, like her body language and the way she's like got clues and vocal tics instead of like listening to the words she's saying that are coming out of her mouth. You agree that that would be terrifying and creepy, right? Number one, I just wanted you to know, Mark Chestnut.
Are you alone? Can you talk to an old friend?
Are you alone?
Right or wrong, I had to hear your voice again. Unwritten law, protocol says to me the past alone.
Right or wrong, I had to hear your voice. Unwritten law, yikes. I love Mark Chestnut. I've talked about him before. Again, just pick up his greatest hits. He's still touring. So is Tracy Lawrence, by the way. Still performing. Look him up. They're so good. But this song, he calls this woman. He knows he just shouldn't call. It's unwritten law that he should not call her. And this is the chorus.
I just wanted you to know, sometimes driving home at night, I let your memory take control, and you're sitting by my side. I turn up the radio and cruise down old Route 59.
He knows he shouldn't call her, but he does call her. And he says, I just wanted you to know. I just wanted you to know that even though you dumped me and you're not with me, I can still drive down the highway and pretend that you're with me. I can steal your memory and have a relationship with it, even though you don't want to. I'm allowed to do that. You can't stop me. It's solid gold. Like, what if she lives on Route 59? What if that's like a threat? Like, what if he's like, I'm just driving by your house, pretending you're in the car. I know you don't want me to. I know it's protocol not to do this, but the melody of the song is that of a guy who has an old girlfriend, and he's just like reminiscing on the relationship. But the text of the song says that he's calling her. He's calling her to tell her that he's doing this, and it's so creepy.
Please don't cry, I'll say goodbye, and I won't call you anymore.
She's crying. You're calling her and she's crying. You need to stop calling her. Mark, what are you doing? It's terrifying, but it's a really good song. End of video. I will be sad though if no one notices my Keith Whitley shirt. Okay, I should have sat in a different position. Keith Whitley is my favorite country artist, but he died in '89, so he wouldn't be on this video. And also, he never once missed, so he wouldn't be on here anyway. So, all right, bye. Bye, 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 bye. He Stopped Loving Her Today, one of the greatest country songs of all time, a beautiful story. Do you want me to teach you how to do a George Jones impression? George Jones has an amazing voice, but he also never, it's like he's never straining. He's never putting effort in. When he's singing, it's like it's from deep in here, and he wants to like break his teeth with the feelings that are on the words that are coming out. So you'll always see him singing with his mouth closed like this.
But don't you wager that'll hide sorrow when I'm a brick rock down the ball.
And if you want to sound like George Jones, I mean, I can't do it really well because I'm a woman and I have a really high-pitched, mousy voice, but if you're like a deeper voice, you could probably sound a lot better than me. But George Jones, to sing like George Jones, you close your teeth and imagine you've got like cotton balls in your mouth and you want to keep them there. So you just like, I don't need your rocking chair, your Geritol or your Medicare. Yeah, fun. Okay, if this video gets 1 million views, I'll teach y'all how to do a Lester Flatt impression, which I'm better at, because he has a higher pitched voice. What am I doing with my life? I've lost the plot here. I was talking about He Stopped Loving Her Today.